Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science. Today in this content I am going to talk about the yearly horoscope for the year 2026 for all the 12 ascendant signs. I wish a very happy new year to all my viewers. May this year be the year of achievements, fulfillment of desires, abundance and happiness for every one of you. So this is the second part. Here I will be talking about the next 6 zodiac signs starting from Libra onwards. So Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. These are the 6 zodiac signs which I will be talking about in this particular content. You can check it from your ascendant and your moon sign. Okay, so when the midnight struck, the onset of 2026, if you check the ephemeris that time, that moment, moon was exalted. Now depending upon whichever time zone you are in, either moon was in Kritika Nakshatra or Rohini Nakshatra, because moon changed the nakshatra in due time. And today when I am making this content, moon is in Adra and today is also full moon. So Adra full moon is prevalent today. Okay, and moon is in conjunction with Jupiter. So when the onset of 2026 happened, the sign of Sagittarius is highly influenced by planets. Wheresoever the sign of Sagittarius lie in your horoscope, you will see that that house, the signification of that house is very much prevalent. Now it's going on. So you may feel that the starting of 2026, this kind of influences are there. What kind of influences? Wheresoever the sign Sagittarius lies in your chart. Why? Because Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus are transiting in Sagittarius. Jupiter is aspecting Sagittarius. Today moon is also aspecting Sagittarius. Saturn is aspecting Sagittarius. And the people who take the aspects of Rahu and Ketu from their point of view also, let me say, even Ketu is also aspecting Sagittarius. Personally, if you ask me, then I will say that I don't take the aspects of Rahu and Ketu. But from the point of view of the people who take it, even Ketu is also aspecting it. So that means that much influenced the sign of Sagittarius is all about. And since last year Mars is combust. And in this year, in the year of 2026, Mars combustion will go on until 15th of April 2026. So that these dates are very important. Okay. So if I count from today also, more than 4 months from now, Mars will be combust. One good thing is that now these planets are in the sign of Sagittarius, 9th house of the natural zodiac. So basically this is a time of surrenderance to the higher wisdom, to the right knowledge, acceptance of mistakes. Failure is not the problem. The problem is ego. The problem is not learning from the mistakes. Failure can be there. Even surrenderance is not alone the solution. The learning, what we learn from it, are we ready to rectify the things which are meant to be done? That is what this thing is indicated, this Sagittarius sign and the combustion of Mars and everything. At times you might also feel that there is some unexpressed impulsion, anger, that inner anxiety is going on. You might feel like that. But I will say that during this particular time, follow the guidance of your guru, preceptors. Follow the principles laid down by your father, elders of your family, your mentor. It will really help you. Because in the 3rd week of January, by the time 3rd week of January goes on, you will see that slowly and gradually Sun, Mars, they will enter the sign of Capricorn. Mars will be exalted. Very soon Mercury and Venus will also follow them. So wheresoever the sign Capricorn lies in your chart will also get strength. You will see then whatever learning you have, the morality, ethics, rules and regulations, discipline, punctuality, with all those things, that stability, you will be able to achieve the goals in your life. And it becomes very important because starting of the year when we get this kind of energies in our day-to-day life, it becomes a super thing, I would say. Another thing which comes in my mind is that Jupiter. Now Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini. On 11th of March or something, Jupiter turns direct in Gemini. Okay, and in the month of June, that is 2nd of June, Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, gets exalted. So that exaltation of Jupiter will break this year into two halves, before transit and after transit. Even now also the transit of Jupiter for certain ascendants is wonderful. And after Jupiter turning exalted, that is after 2nd of June, definitely the exalted Jupiter will have different kinds of good results, I would say, but it will depend upon the ascendants. Okay. Few other things to understand is that the transit of Mars, when Mars will be combust, this combustion of Mars will also follow the high speed of transit of Mars. You will see in the month of February, March, April, May, these 4 months, Mars will be transiting from one sign to another literally very fast. You can calculate the days. You will see that, normally the transit of Mars happens for 45 days, 46 days, 48 days. But these 4 months, February, March, April, May, the transit of Mars will be literally very fast. So Mars is the ruler of certain houses in your chart, correct? And Mars also indicates energy, action, our willpower, dynamic behavior. So those houses, all of a sudden it will get that dynamic nature. It simply activates that house wheresoever it transits through the horoscope. Even though until 15th of April it will be combust. So what? Okay, so this is something. Yes, during this particular course of time, like particularly in the month of March, April, Mars will be conjunct with Rahu and Saturn respectively. Okay, those two and a half months will be a period of lookout. Okay, Saturn will be retrograde on 27th of July. Okay, this Saturn retrogression period is also very important because normally the retrogression of Saturn takes some long amount of time. Okay, so that will have its own results. It will also impact the sign of Aquarius by the virtue of its retrograde motion, because Aquarius happens to be the previous sign of Pisces. Okay, where Saturn is transiting. So that will also be a impact. One important thing which is going to happen this year is that we often talk about retrogression of Saturn, Jupiter. Mercury retrograde is so famous among people. Okay, one retrograde which people normally talk about but they really don't know that how important it is, that is the Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde doesn't happen like overnight. It is not a phenomenon which happens every day and night. No, it is an event which normally happens after every 2 years, 3 years. If you are not aware of it, then you must be very much aware of it, that Venus retrograde is something which doesn't happen every year. No. Last time when Venus retrograde happened, it was like in 2023 July. This year again, after means more than 3 years later, this year Venus is turning retrograde in the month of October, that is 3rd of October. Venus will be retrograde. And any event which happens after a span of long amount of time, it definitely has an impact on us. So wheresoever Venus, and it is happening in the sign of Libra, so wheresoever the sign Libra lies in your chart will be impacted. Whichever houses Venus rules in your chart will be impacted. Our relationships will be impacted. Okay, so many things are going to happen this year. Another thing is that the month of December is very dynamic. Although you may feel that December means almost the end of the year. Yes, it is end of the year definitely, but the month of December is very dynamic because end of November, if I talk about the end of November, during that particular time, true Rahu Ketu transit is there. End of November, that is 25th of November, true Rahu Ketu transit is happening. Rahu entering Capricorn, Ketu entering Cancer. Okay, like Saturn turning direct on 11th of December, Jupiter retrograde happens on 13th of December. Okay, yes, this Jupiter retrograde also, let me say something. When Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, exalted form, Jupiter will move very fast. Okay, and when Jupiter moves very fast, it will cross the water fire boundary and it will also enter the sign of Leo. Okay, it will also enter the sign of Leo. That will be around like end of October, like 31st of October, something like that. Jupiter enters the sign of Leo. It moves through Leo, turns retrograde in Leo on 13th of December. Okay, so these many things are happening. Mean Rahu Ketu will also transit. Like many people look for the mean Rahu Ketu. Mean Rahu Ketu transit is happening on 5th of December. Okay, but I normally follow true Rahu Ketu and also prescribe to follow the true Rahu Ketu. Okay, so these are the dates and the events. Now these transits will have the global impact also, particularly in the first half of the 2026. There will be tensions between the countries, and those countries means who have more influence and authority power over the world events, world economy. Okay, so there will be military movements, armed forces movements. There can also be all of a sudden war. Okay, means it is about like power struggle. Okay, another thing is that this will also bring major changes to economy because of these tensions, war and everything. So it will also impact the economic situations all over the world. Okay, in the latter part of this year 2026, you will see when Jupiter exalts in Cancer, that transit of Jupiter will be acting like means a cushion. Okay, means Jupiter's blessing will be there, so it will be a support to stabilize many things. Although in the latter half of the year Saturn will be retrograde, so Saturn by its retrograde motion will impact its previous sign Aquarius, where Rahu is there. So during that particular time also some volatile events can be there, some dynamic events can be there. But since Jupiter is aspecting Pisces, where Saturn is retrograde, so some it will be acting like a cushion, that okay, some dynamic changes are there, but some support is also there. Okay, so I will say that this year has got this kind of events, means before June and after June, means before the transit of Jupiter and after the transit of Jupiter. Now in this content I will be talking particularly with respect to all the 12 ascendant signs. Now since I say it is a yearly reading, so check it from your ascendant and check it from your moon sign also. Means you don't need to think about that since I am checking it from my ascendant, will it be better to check it from my moon sign also or not? You don't need to go into that question. Suppose your ascendant is Taurus, check Taurus. Suppose your moon sign is Leo, check Leo also. Okay, it's because it is a yearly reading, so it will give you an understanding that how you are going to feel and how the things are going to happen in front of you. It will give you a balanced report, I would say. And if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content you get notified instantly. And If you want consultation from me, check the links down in the description section. You can mail me through my email ID, or you can get connected with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. If you also want consultation with respect to the yearly horoscope, with respect to your own birth chart, that how the things are going to impact you with respect to your own birth chart, that complete yearly detailed reading, then you can also mail me for that. Okay. For the Libra ascendant people, the year 2026, I would reckon it is a very good year for all the Libra people. Looking into the fact that right from the starting of the year, many planets are there in your third house. So your third house is the house of courage, efforts, actions, willpower. So it is getting more energized. So you will feel that enthusiasm within you, so which can help you clear off any pending works. Even if you can think of starting any new projects. The stability in your work will be obtained after the planets move into your fourth house, when Mars will be exalted. Okay, so the month of February and March will be the time when you will find stability in your work. It will also give you good returns with respect to the investment. So money matters will be good. With respect to your work also, you will see that incoming of wealth, incoming of money, and you will be able to take some good decisions regarding your investments, which is possible during that particular time. In fact, I will say the first half of the year will be very good with respect to any return regarding investments. It can be regarding property matters also. Okay, or those who are associated with any kind of work related to property, agriculture, construction, real estate. Okay, interior designing, vehicles, luxury, comfortable goods. So on those matters, those who are working in this kind of companies or running the business regarding this, for them it will be very good. The first half of the year is also very good for the people who are into any kind of related any kind of business or thing which is related to speculation or speculative business in any form. Okay, it will be very good for the first half of the year. The second half of the year, I would say the speculation or the speculative form of business should be taken into in a balanced form, because that will be the time when your efforts, be it on your job, service or business, any kind of trade or enterprise you are running through. Okay, more the hard work you are putting, that much return you are going to get. So this whole year, I would say that money, wealth matters should be quite great, quite good, I would say. It would be supportive for both kind of people. The people who are in normal job, service, okay, for them also it is very good, and the people who are self-employed, for them also it is very good. Okay, I will also say that in the first half of the year, you might also get into a good relationship. Okay, that is, the love matter should be quite fruitful. Okay, quite good. And in fact, I can also say that that can carry forward towards some long-term plans. For that also, I would say. Okay, in the existing married life, I will say that the latter part of the year, that is starting from end of July, when Saturn turns retrograde, the latter part of the year, that will be the time when the existing married life, there can be some issues which needs to be taken care of. Any past issues or any um, disturbances regarding understanding, disturbances. Okay, like suppose misunderstanding or conflicts. Okay, or some kind of detachment, some form of detachment. So the existing married life, these things can be there, so which needs to be taken care of. Okay, any past matters needs to be resolved the latter part of the year. Okay, but that is not a very serious issue, means those things will be cleared off, but I just wanted to say that that will be the time frame. Okay, if I talk about the transit of Jupiter, then I will say that means this is also a very, this year is also a very good time for family planning. Suppose you are thinking of a child. Okay, birth of a child, for that also it is a very good time. Okay, and with regards to long distance travel, I can see long distance travels. Okay, means particularly in the first half of the year. Okay, it can be religious travels, spiritual pursuits. Okay, um, after Jupiter enters your 10th house, that will be in June, I can see improvement in work, career, and the people who are searching for new job, employment, for them also it is a very good time. So I will say that overall this period is a very good period. Okay, another thing which I must say Your Lagna Lord Venus will be retrograde this year in the month of October and November. And that retrogression is happening in your first house itself. So the month of October and November, you should be very careful regarding your own decision making, your interpersonal relationships, your sincerity, okay, your own health, personal choices. Means there can be losses because of your own decisions or choices. This is something. And why I say losses, because Venus will turn retrograde in Libra in your first house, and it will enter the 12th house in its retrograde motion. So it becomes very important that during that 2 months, and normally people don't think about Venus retrograde because they feel that Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde is very normal thing. No, it is not a normal thing. Venus retrograde is not a normal thing. It happens once in few years. Like last time it happened in 2023 July. So this time when it will happen almost after more than 3 years. Okay, so don't take it lightly. Mercury retrograde happens quite often. Saturn and Jupiter turns retrograde every year. Even Mars also retrogrades every like 1.5 years or 2 years. Venus retrograde takes time. Okay, so whenever it happens, it takes some huge energy changes. Okay, now since Venus is your Lagna Lord itself, so that's the reason it becomes very important. Okay, another thing is that with respect to gains and work, Jupiter by its high speed motion will also enter your 11th house this year. So all of a sudden you might find some good opportunity in your work business. Although Jupiter will turn retrograde, but that it will give you the idea that what is good for you with respect to your career development, progress. Okay, so this year has the capacity to bring some good changes in your life. Saturn's transit in the 6th house is also very good. Okay, regarding Saturn retrograde I have already discussed, but Saturn transit if I talk about, then it is very good with respect to your 6th house. Okay, and right now when Rahu and Ketu are transiting, then Rahu's transit will be good for the creative content creating and the creativity, intelligence. Okay, and with respect to gains, I will say that just look forward your work actions. Okay, the gains will come. That is what Ketu is indicating in the 11th house. Okay, so that's it for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, the year 2026, many planets are impacting your 2nd house right now. So basically this is the time period where you need to be very careful regarding your speech and how you express your thoughts. Okay, because at times you might get angry, and there can be impulsion, and impulsive spendings can also be there. Okay, so make sure that you don't hurt by your speech. Okay, I would say that things would be much better in next few weeks time, when you will see that right from the starting of February only you will see that many planets are there in your 3rd house. And in your 3rd house you will have your Lagna Lord Mars exalted, accompanied by Sun, Mercury and Venus. So that will be a time you will be more creative, you will be more enthusiastic, energetic with respect to your work efforts. You would be able to take calculated risk, which will be helpful in your work and business. This becomes even more powerful combination for the people who are self-employed, who wants to start something on their own. So this year 2026, I would say that this becomes a very powerful combination, particularly for the people who are thinking to start something on their own, or the people who are thinking for any kind of work like side by income, side by business. Okay, month of like mid of March. Okay, mid of March to, I would say, April, end of April, from mid of March to end of April, that 1.5 months. That 1.5 months, I would say, you need to be careful with respect to your domestic matters, domestic affairs. Um, Fiery energies will be accumulated in your fourth house. Fourth house is the domestic environment. There Rahu is also transiting. So, two, three things. First of all, there can be confrontations or opposition with any kind of matter regarding your office, regarding your work, with your superiors. Any matter which you might not be happy about. So, there can be a form of sense of rebellion. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is that at your home, at your domestic matter, there can be issues with your partner. There can be issues with your near and dear ones. Okay. So that time you need to have a proper composure. You have to balance your impulsion. Have a proper check on your anger. Okay. Try to do some gardening during that particular time, or help your um, household members, okay, in their work, because it will channelize your energy. This is also a time when many people might think of work from home, okay, or many people might think for alternative source of income, because I can also see that month of April and May, there is a transformation at your work, change of modality of your work. Either there can be change of position, change of projects, or there can be a sense of disinterest in your work. That would be until end of May, I would say. Means April and May, and that has something to do with Saturn also. Okay, so the people who are thinking for self-employment, or the people who are thinking for anything, any sort of work in which they are their own boss, like sole form of work, for them it is very good. Okay, the people who are thinking for professional education, professional learning, very good time. April, March onwards I am saying. Okay, and if I talk about June, then right from the starting of the June, Jupiter moves into your 9th house, exalted. What can be more better than that? In fact, for the Scorpio ascendant people, the month of June is highly awaited. Once Jupiter turns exalted in your 9th house, it moves into your 9th house, many things will be taken into account, and Jupiter will alone can take into charge everything, be it your personal life, be it your love life, your wealth, be it your relationships, your hard work, your efforts, support and knowledge, each and everything. Okay, so that transit is highly awaited. Okay, and if I talk about the retrogression of Saturn more for the Scorpio ascendant people this year, then I would say that it will also impact your work-life balance, because Saturn will be impacting your home environment also. So any matter related to your infrastructural change, or you wanted to make some construction, some changes at your home, renovation or interior designing, whatever it is, or it can be any little matter, all those things will come in front of you. Okay, so there will be more duties and responsibilities in order to make those things correct. But suppose if you always wanted to do some changes, then this will be like a very good opportunity for you. Okay, at your work also, any pending work will be coming in front of you, you will have the chance to complete it. But again, at the same time, there will be reiteration of work, reiteration of actions and events. Okay, there can be sudden opposition to your boss, sudden opposition or confrontations with your superiors. So I would suggest that follow rules and regulations, discipline and sincerity, particularly with respect to your work, your daily work. I would say that would be very much helpful to you, because that is more with respect to Saturn's retrogression, which happens at the end of July, starting from end of July 2026. Okay. Although Jupiter's blessing is there, Jupiter is transiting in the 9th house, it will be aspecting your 1st house. So you will see that your decision makings will be good, your personality development will be good, you will be able to have the learning, travels, religious pursuits, each and everything will be good. But you will also have to need to bring the balance of work and life, that is home life, domestic life, I would say. Okay. This even becomes important because Ketu is transiting in your 10th house. So there can be a sense of disinterest towards your work. Okay. So this becomes very important. So that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, the year 2026 starts with so many planets transiting over your first house, and your ascendant lord Jupiter will be transiting in the 7th house. So right from the start of the year, you might be feeling it that you are getting more enthusiastic, more energetic with respect to your work, with respect to your choices, decision making. So this is a very good time to complete all the pending works and also focus on your new projects, your wills, your wishes and ambition this year. But you will also feel that you are getting critically judged by other people. So this is a time also look after the interpersonal relationships. Even if you are not in a partnership, even if you are not in a relationship, like suppose you are single, many people may say that I am single. So what? You will definitely connect with people. You will have family members, you will have near and dear ones, so whomsoever you are connecting with. Okay, so you have to balance that out also, because there will be a sense of detachment within you. If you are in any kind of interpersonal relationships, like suppose it can be your like couple or marital life, so you will face it more. Okay, that sense of detachment. So you have to balance it out, because I can see that this particular year, right from the starting of the year, this planetary setup is as such which will make you feel more ambitious, following your own goals, wills and wishes. So I would say that balance it out, that will give you much better results, because I can see this is the year of growth. Okay, so why not grow together? Okay, this should be the thing. Okay, that will give you much better results, because right from the month of February onwards I can see that improvement in gains, wealth, speculative business, return from investments. At the family setting, I would say that there can be some ego matters, family matter, some ego classes can be there. Okay, at times your word and speech can seem very rude. Okay, so don't hurt anyone by your words. Okay, these are certain things to be taken care of. And month of March, particularly March, April and May, these 3 months, I would say that you may take some risk with respect to your work work and business, but balance it out. You may take some risk, that risk will be fruitful, but balance it out. Okay, and make sure that it should be backed by proper wisdom. Okay, but risk taking abilities or chances are there. Okay, particularly the month of April and May, if I bifurcate it, May and April, then that will be the time when your homely matters might get some kind of go through some kind of disturbances. You have to check that also, because Saturn is transiting in your 4th house, home, domestic environment. Okay, so I would say that during that particular time, make sure that you don't get into unnecessary discussions or arguments which can lead to some kind of conflicts. Rather, if any matters are there which needs to be taken care of, like infrastructural changes or construction or renovation, focus on that. Okay, help the household members, but don't get into unnecessary fights. Okay, some direct opposition with your superiors and authorities can be possible during that particular time, that April and May. Right from mid of May onwards, I can see some positive changes, that is with respect to your learning, professional education, improvement of skill set. Okay, now following your own goals, your achievements, your creative hobbies or talent. Okay, in that regard it will be very good. It will be also very good with respect to your speculative gains, return on investments, I would say. Okay, that would be very good. I will also say that during that particular time, the people who are into any kind of work related to real estate, construction, property matters, okay, will also be getting good results. Okay, that starting from May onwards, I would say. June, in the month of June, right from the starting of the month of June, your Lagna Lord Jupiter will get into your 8th house, exalted. I would say that it has some positive results. It has definitely some positive results, particularly with respect to shared assets, business matters, collaborations. Okay, all those matters will be improved. Okay, family matters will be resolved. Finances will be resolved. Yes, some expenditures will be there, but those expenditures will be with respect to family life and everything. Okay, so increase in expenditures can be there, so that you have to balance it out. And you will also see that you are getting good help and support from your in-laws, so bonding with your family and in-laws from both the sides will be good. Okay, family responsibilities will be well divided, well distributed, so you will also get help from your partner. Okay, any matter related to inheritance, taxes, revenues will be cleared off. Debts will be, you'll be also able to take care and pay off your debts. Okay, so in all those matters it will be good. July, end of July, particularly when Saturn turns retrograde in your 4th house, that will be the time, means I would say that that will be the actual time when you will be able to pursue your goals, your efforts and actions with more discipline. Why? Because Saturn retrograde in 4th house means it will directly impact your 3rd house, the previous sign, the previous house. So your 3rd house will be getting more prominence where Rahu is transiting. Yes, that time also some risk taking abilities will be there, but I will also say that Saturn is your 2nd lord, so money related matters can be there, so risk should be calculated. So as I said that this is the year of achievements for these all the Sagittarius ascendant people following your growth and development. Yes, the sense of detachment will be there, so this becomes even more important because around the month of August and September, there will be a sense of impulsion in your relationship, partnership, ego classes, unnecessary ego classes. Okay, so that needs to be taken care of. Although the blessing of Jupiter will be there, but still it's very important to understand that since this is the year of development, growth and achievements, so it should be, the growth should be together. Okay, so make sure that you don't hamper one thing only because you are gaining other thing. Okay, it should be both, then it would be a win-win situation. So this is the thing you need to be very careful about. Okay, otherwise I would say the year is really very good. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for this Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, right from the start of the year 2026, the planetary influences are on your 12th house, which is directly impacting your subconscious mind. So there can be some restlessness within you. It will also impact your sleep and rest schedule. So you will see that you will be doing much better when you are in isolation or in solitude. There can be a sense of lethargy, laziness, or even sometimes of procrastination also. But I will say that this is just a small phase, because from the month of February onwards you will see that things are changing. Sun, Mercury, Venus and exalted Mars will be transiting over your ascendant. So from February onwards you will see that the energies are completely changing in your favor. You will be able to take right decisions, make good choices, and in your work also you will see that things are moving forward to your favor. Even if you are thinking to start any new work, for that purpose also things will be in your favor, I would say. So this is very good for the people who are thinking to start anything on their own. Okay, people who are investing in properties, they will be getting very good results, return on investments. Those who are in any kind of business, okay, they will be having gains. And in your regular job also I would say that you might also get good opportunities, appraisals, promotions. Okay, and those who are searching for new employment and jobs, or any change in career, for them also it's a very good time starting from February onwards. Okay, so overall I will say that the career part is really very good. Month of March and April, these are the 2 months where you need to be a bit careful with respect to family matters. Family duties and responsibilities can create some amount of stress or anxiety within you. There can be some kinds of conflicts, okay, unnecessary discussions which can lead to arguments. So these are the things which needs to be taken care of. And from your point of view also, I would say that stay away from unnecessary greed and manipulation. Okay, I would say it's because influence of Rahu in your second house, starting from the month of March particularly, I would say. Okay, so these are the things which need to be taken care of, and some kind of expenditures are there which are not meant to be done. Means later on you might feel that it was, means it could have been checked, it was unnecessary, you later on you might feel. So maintain your budget properly, use your finances properly. Okay, March and April, I will also say that there will be a chance where you will be able to use your actions and take some calculated risk in order to get more success in your business, in your work. Okay, this becomes even more important for the people who are running a project, or who are an entrepreneur, or who are running some kind of business. Okay, so for them it is a very good time to put more efforts and get multiple returns out of that. More importantly, because your Lagna Lord, your ascendant Lord Saturn is transiting in the third house. So in the month of April and May, your third house is becoming very strong. So it's like you are driven by energy, you are driven by ambition, you are driven by your goals. Okay, so it's like, means a spark. Okay, so it's a very good time, I would say. So there will be calculated risk and which will be in your favor. Okay, and definitely the finances will be good. Okay, from the month of June onwards, I would say that you will even get more better results with respect to your personal life, your work, business, and interpersonal relationships. It will bring some social recognition in your life. Even if you are doing any solo work or self-employed, for that also I would say that it is a very good time from June onwards, particularly I would say. Okay, like someone who is in social media, or earning or working through social media, or a content creator, or someone who is working on their own projects, entrepreneur, very good time. Okay, you might all of a sudden get some favor from your employer. Okay, chances of appraisals, promotions in the second half of the year. Okay, in all those regards, this particular year will be really very good. So I will also say you might also get marriage proposals, or you might get into a new relationship. Okay, and your partner might be very lucky for you, very fortunate for you. Okay, so means getting help from opposite gender, there is a chance. Okay, so this is a and this becomes even more important with respect to the exaltation of Jupiter happening from the month of June onwards in your seventh house. Okay, so chances of multiple source of income. So the people who are thinking for solo work, or the people who are thinking for change of work, career, or development and improvement in their career progress, or even for a side by income, every one of them will be getting good results. Okay. Another thing is that retrogression of Saturn, which is happening in your third house. Saturn becomes your first lord and second lord. So this retrogression of Saturn in your third house will directly impact your choices, your decision making, your efforts, your willpower. So there can be all of a sudden some disinterest at your work. Or whatever work you are doing, that might get slowed down, or there can be repetition of the same work. Travel plans might get disrupted, expenditures might get increased. Okay. Or suppose if you are thinking for any kind of travels or movement, so there can be some disruption and there can be more expenditures incurred. Okay. Family responsibilities all of a sudden getting increased. So these are the things needs to be taken care of. This is just one aspect of part, means that transit of Saturn and retrogression, I would say. But if you ask me overall, this particular year is really very good with respect to money, career, interpersonal relationships. Okay, so when Saturn turns retrograde, these are the things which I said you need to be taking care of those things. Now Saturn is retrograde in the third house. Third house will also get aspect of Jupiter. When Jupiter enters the seventh house getting exalted, Jupiter will be aspecting your third house. So it also means that even if the work will be slow or there will be repetition of work, you will see that ultimately you will learn new thing and the final outcome will be good. So you don't need to worry. Okay, because overall I can see that the things are really good for the Capricorn ascendant people. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, the year 2026 starts with so many planetary influences in your 11th house. So when there are one or more planets transiting through the 11th house, we get plenty of opportunities with respect to our career, work, development, achievements, fulfillment of desires, which is a good thing. But I would say that starting from the month of February onwards, Mars, Sun, Mercury, Venus, they will be transiting in your 12th house. And out of that, Mars will be exalted in your 12th house. So all of a sudden you will see that your expenditures are just simply going up. So you have to have a proper balance of budget, finances. So you have to manage it very properly. Okay. Another thing is that Mars will be impacting your 12th house in one or more ways. Like why? Because I'm saying it. Mars rules your third house, Mars rules your 10th house. Since Mars will be exalted in the 12th house, it also means that you might get some work opportunities from far away place or some foreign place. Or you might get some work opportunity where you are working alone, like someone who is working in freelance mode, in solitude, in isolation. Or you might be getting some kind of opportunity of work where you are alone, means there is no one to support you. This is one sense. Another sense is that suppose you are running any business, you might get the opportunity to expand your business in some foreign place, or you might get some foreign clients. Okay. In other normal sense, I would say that there can be also lack of interest at work, because you would be loving more in solitude and isolation. Okay. Or it might be like the work might get slowed down during this particular time. Okay. Another thing is that starting from the month of March onwards, again you will find that energy, that zeal within you. Means suppose those who are really searching for work, or who are thinking to change their work or career, or searching for new employment, for them I would say month of March onwards would be the good time. But during that particular time, Rahu will be impacting these planets, because Rahu is transiting over your ascendant. So you have to also be very careful from any kind of job offers or any kind of career offers which are which might make you feel delusional. Okay. And you also need to be very careful from anything which can lead you to shortcuts, greed. Okay, because the influences are as such. That is what I can see. You need to also be very careful regarding your health, particularly when you are going into any far away places, or you are driving. Okay, don't pick up fights, means it will directly impact your subconscious mind right from the month of February onwards only, I would say. So it will directly impact your subconscious mind. It can make you hot headed. Okay, anger, impulsion, this can be there. Okay, the month of April and May, these 2 months are also very good with respect to your work and career is concerned. But during these 2 months, your second house of the horoscope will be afflicted. So this indicates that there will be rise in expenditures. Impulsive expenditures can be there. So you have to have a proper control over your budget management. There can be conflicts, discussion turning into some kind of arguments with respect to family responsibilities, family values, family money, um, property related matters. Okay, so you have to have a proper composed and calm mind before you take any decisions with respect to investment, and that also some kind of wrong investments can be there. Buying or selling of property, this kind of decisions should be taken very carefully during that particular time. Okay, there will be return on investments, but there is also a chance that some impulsive behavior will be there. So make sure that you use your mind properly before you get into any kind of financial matters during that 2 months. I would say from mid of May onwards, you will see that your actions, your efforts are getting into success. Slowly and gradually, from then onwards, you will be able to take some calculated risk. Those calculated risks will be helpful in your work, in your projects, particularly who are running any kind of business, trade, enterprise, or those who are self-employed. For them, it will be highly good. Those who are searching any new work, for them also it is very good. Those who are thinking for any relocation, change of place, transfer, so I can see some movement, travels. Now since Jupiter will be transiting in your 6th house in exalted mode, so it will be impacting your 2, 6, 10 houses, means Artha Trikon houses, the money houses. So it will bring stability at your work, money, income, wealth. But there will also be rise in expenditures. So with respect to your health, I would say particularly, so take proper measures with respect to yoga, exercises, and means healthy lifestyle. That will give you very good results. Okay, another thing is that the people who are associated with any kind of work related to property dealings, construction, real estate, agriculture, or those who are thinking to make any kind of infrastructural changes or interior designing changes, construction at their domestic space, home, for them I would say that the month of June onwards the things will be very good. They will get success. Okay, or the people who are thinking to work on their own, like freelance work, self employment, their own business, for them also I would say the timing is very good, means overall the timing is really very good. Okay, so the work part is quite good, I will say. Yes, one thing which needs to be understood very properly, that Saturn will be retrograde end of July. And since Saturn is your first lord, Saturn is your 12th lord, and it is transiting right now in your second house. So by the virtue of its retrogression, it will impact your first house, the previous house. Okay, so it will directly impact your personality, it will directly impact your choices, your decision making. Okay, so you need to have a proper discipline, punctuality, even more starting from that end of July onwards. You will see there will be repetition of work. There can also be procrastination, some slowness in work. Okay, um, means during that particular time you might also feel that interpersonal relationships are becoming very hard to maintain. So there can be some detachment, sense of detachment between you and your partner. So you need to be very careful that you maintain a proper balance between your work and your own family life, personal life. Make sure that your words, your actions do not hurt the emotions, the sentiments of your partner. Okay, so these are the things which needs to be taken care of. You have to maintain a proper balance in your relationship and partnership. One more thing I will say, that in the Saturn retrograde period, um, you might also get into some kind of partnership, collaborations with respect to your work and business. Okay, but yes, there will be a sense of coldness within you. Make sure that you give proper respect and importance to the emotions, opinions of your partner. That will be giving you very good results. As I said, interpersonal relationship, it means even if you are single, even if you are not into any kind of partnership or relationship, for your case also I would say that whomsoever you are connecting with, means family, near and dear ones, whomsoever it is, so it will impact you with respect to any personal relationship. Okay, so these are the things needs to be taken care of. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, the year 2026 starts with the planetary influences over your 10th house. So it will be directly impacting your work, career, karma, name, fame, status. So I would say this will energize the these areas of your life which will help you complete all the pending works, projects. In your day-to-day life also, I would say the work will be quite actively done and proceed towards success. Here and there some confrontations can be there with your superiors and authorities, or maybe with the uh, co-workers with respect to your competitive spirits, but that can be ignored because in the broader sense the things will be quite better with respect to your work and income is concerned. There will be means you can say that month of January, month of February, and means to mid of March. These 2.5 months, starting from the starting of the year, the initial 2.5 months will be very good with respect to appreciations, appraisals. Okay, rise in income, particularly with respect to your own work or business. If you are having any own work or business, in that sense also it is very good. Okay, so rise of income is also seen. From mid of March onwards until mid of May, these 2 months, mid of March to mid of May, these 2 months, I would say that there can be a rise in expenditures. Okay, take care regarding your health during that particular time, and there can be some restlessness at the subconscious mind. Okay, some travels can be seen, some spiritual travels. During that particular time, do some charities or get along with some spiritual works of life, or some spiritual practices will be highly beneficial to you. Okay, I can also see that the people who are going for learning or higher learning or education, for them also these months are really beneficial, I would say. Okay, but work might be slow during that 2 month, means March, from mid of March until mid of May, these 2 months. Okay, interpersonal relationships will be impacted. At your own personal level also, you might feel that you are going through some kind of anxiety, you are going through some kind of impulsion, hidden anger. Okay, so that can impact your interpersonal relationships. Means when I talk about the personal relationship, means you are in a married life or you are in a relationship, means with being a couple. Okay, so it can impact you. And suppose at the professional level also, you are running a partnership, you're running an enterprise or business, in some collaborations, so there can be mismatch of ideas, opinions. Okay, so make sure that it do not harm the bonding between you and your partner. Okay, these are the things needs to be taken care of. Okay, and yes, as I said, budget management is important because expenditures will shoot up, it will rise. Okay, from mid of May onwards, I can see some positive changes with respect to family matters, with respect to money matters, because I can see support from family, help with respect to monetary matters, or a rise in income, meaningful investments can be there. Okay, another thing will be during that particular time, gain from speculative businesses. will be there. Okay, starting from mid of May onwards, all these things will be there. Yes, one more thing is that your speech will be very harsh, and this harshness in speech will be since mid of March onwards. Okay, mid of March, then April, May, June, this 2-3 months means there will be harshness in speech. Okay, take care regarding your eyes, teeth. Okay, these are the things needs to be taken care of. Your food eating habits will be impacted, means starting from May onwards, I would say. Another thing is that the month of June onwards, the things will be again very positive towards you. Means your efforts, your actions with respect to your creative skill set, hobbies, creative intelligence, learning, in all those sectors, you will see that many planets are supporting you, because month of June, July, you will see your third house is getting prominence, and in your fifth house, Jupiter will enter in the month of June and get exalted. So third house and fifth house are getting prominence. It means your efforts, your creativity, your self efforts particularly, it will make you very courageous. So you'll be able to take calculated risk and also get benefit out of it. Since Jupiter will be transiting in your fifth house, it will be giving the help of your luck and fortune. It will make you very wise. So it is a very good time for professional learning. Another thing is that Jupiter is your 10th lord and first lord. It will be exalted in the fifth house. So change in profession, change in career is seen. Transformation in career is seen. And the new transformed form will be better. Okay. So some kind of disinterest can be seen at work, means the present work. Okay. So the people who are self-employed, the people who are into creative skill or content creating or means social media or earning from technology, for them it's a very good time, I would say. The placement of Jupiter in the fifth house and strength of the planets in the third house. All these things will be highly beneficial for you. There is a chance of long distance travels also, relocation, transfer, movement. As I said, you can do some meaningful charities. Okay. The people who are thinking for getting into college education or higher education, for them also it's a very good time this year. Okay. Your love life will be very good this year, starting from June onwards, I would say. And the people who are planning for childbirth or family planning, okay, so for them it is also a very good year. Okay. Another thing is that you might also get proposals for marriage this year. Okay. Saturn will be retrograde in your first house end of July 2026. So during that particular time, you need to be very careful regarding your decision making. Means there can be repetition of decisions, there can be means mistakes, slowness in work. As I said, transformation at your work in the month of June onwards, when Jupiter enters your fifth house, and end of July Saturn turns retrograde. So even that is also indicating that disinterest at work or the present work getting changed. Okay, so the latter half of the year there can be some change in work, transformation, slowness, repetition. Okay, a detached mindset, means you may feel more better in solitude and isolation. The people who are going through any kind of health issue, for them it becomes even more important. That is the time period after Saturn turns retrograde, end of July onwards. The health issues might all of a sudden get increased, or it may take some time to recover. Okay, expenditures might get increased. So proper budget management is very essential. Another thing is that the people who are associated with any kind of work related to spirituality, healing, occult sciences, for them it will be a very good time. That is the latter half of the year, means when Saturn turns retrograde. So this is also a very good time for charities, or practicing some form of spirituality or spiritual works of life, or joining a spiritual community. Okay, I can also see some long distance travels, means spiritual pursuits it can be. Okay, you might also get some help or gains from foreign people or from some foreign place, or suppose if you are thinking to expand your work in some foreign place or far away place, in that regard also it is a very good time. Okay, um, a sense of escapism or separating tendency can be there, so that can impact the interpersonal relationship between you and the other people, and at the personal life it can impact. Okay, means at times people may feel that you are running away from duties towards your partner, duties towards the responsibilities of your real life, means the domestic life. So these things becomes very important, and this will be a direct impact of Saturn's retrogression in the first house. Okay, make sure that it does not hamper the bonding between you and your loved ones. Even if you are single, in that case also I would say that it will directly impact your interpersonal relationship, means it can be any person, family members, friends, whomsoever you are connecting with. And if you are in a married life, then these conflicts can be there. Okay, these conflicts can be there, and you might feel it, your partner might feel it. Okay, means married life or relationship, or even in business partnership also at the professional level. So they means you might feel that your involvement is getting less, getting low. So these are the things needs to be taken care of, because it might hamper your work, your business, your even if you are self-employed, in that case also you might feel that your involvement in your own work is getting low. Okay, so ultimately it can impact the money factor, correct? So don't allow it to happen. Mark a balance. Yes, solitude and isolation will what you will need it, but at the same time the real life duties and responsibilities are also there. Okay, so overall I would say that this year 2026 for the Pisces people is very good. Okay, with respect to work, money and everything, but the things which needs to be given extra care, if done properly, then everything is fine, everything is so good. Okay, so that's it for the Pisces ascendant people, make the most out of it. So that's it from my side, and if you like this content, press the like button and share it to your near and dear ones. If you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new content you get notified instantly. Your comments are welcome to me, and on any matter if you resonate with what I said, please do let me know in your comments. Okay, because it is a yearly reading. Whatever I thought of and whatever it came in my mind, I spoke, and there can be many more things, because the whole year it can be many more things happening. So whenever you feel that yes, something has got some similarity or resonated with you, well, do let me know, I'd be very happy to understand it. Okay, so that's it from my side. Next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting content. Thanking you. Bye bye.